Hi, friends. I wanted to take a moment to share a journey with you and then get your thoughts on whether you think I should document it and if you would be interested in following me on social media with this journey. As you can see in the background, it says the world's toughest race. I don't know if you can see that, right? So that's there for a reason. And pardon me, I just finished working out doing a 25.5-mile road bike ride. All right. And so I have joined an adventure racing club, right? Here in the DMV area, and I am training to do my first adventure race in September. It is a 12-hour race. So let me explain what adventure racing is and how that ties into the world's toughest race. The world's toughest race was a race where teams from 62 countries came to Fiji for a challenge, right? And adventure racing is the challenge, and it entails three primary sports or activities, and that is mountain biking, slash road biking, hiking, trekking, little running, and water sports, which could be kayaking, paddling, or even whitewater rafting. And again, I think I said hiking, which could also include some light mountain climbing. It just depends. And so these teams from around the world competed in a 10-day challenge. And I think it was something like 750 kilometers, which has got to be at least 300 miles or 300 and something miles. And the first teams to cross the finish line, of course, were the winners. So I watched this series, which is on prime time, and there was one Black team. And I was very intrigued with how they did. They did rather well in the race, Team Onyx Go. And so I Googled, how could I possibly get involved and do something like that? Yes, even at a certain age, right? Yes, I am of a certain age. And so I Googled and I found a group here in the DMV area called the We Don't Quit African American Adventure Racing Club. Long story short, I joined the club. The founders of that club are Kofi and Safia. Shout out. And Kofi just happened, this is very ironic, happened to be a backup person for that Black team that competed in the world's toughest race. So I'm working with some of the best and most experienced. And so although that was a 10-day challenge, I am looking to do my first race, which is a 12-hour challenge, and it's taking place in the backwoods of Virginia in September, and I will be doing all three of these sports. And so I'm on a training program, and it's been pretty intense. Week one went something like this. I did 20 miles of road biking, 4 miles of mountain biking, a 4-mile hike, and 4 miles of paddling and some basic training with the road bike with the mountain bike, because you have to jump stumps and things like that. Week two, I did 22.2 miles on the road bike, 5 miles on the mountain bike, 5-mile hike, 4.5 miles of paddling, and I did some strength training. This week, I started this week's journey, and I just completed my bike ride, my road bike ride, because road biking and mountain biking are two totally different things, two totally different types of bikes, etc. But I just completed a 25.5-mile bike ride, and I am exhausted, and yes, my legs feel like jelly. So you have to take baby steps and work your way up to that. So my question to you is, would you be interested in me documenting the training and working up to this race, and also trying to film or document the actual race? It should be pretty interesting and pretty intense. Every day of training is not going to be smooth sailing. We all know that the human body does what it wants to do. And of course, there are challenges. But what I learned day one was that you needed a lot of gear, right? There's so much you have to consider. I showed up day one with a mountain bike, a helmet, sneakers, a bottled water, and a sweatsuit. Okay, great, no problem. But you quickly realize, okay, you need inner tubes for your bikes in case you get a flat. You need the wrenches to change that. You need lights for your bike. You need padded shorts so that you don't get bruising in your butt or your crotch. You need a backpack to carry liters of water. They're in backpacks, they're called bladders, so that you can replenish. You need electrolytes, snacks, you need shoes for the bikes, you need hiking shoes, which are totally different. So there's like all this equipment, you need glasses, all these things that you need. And so anyway, I quickly learned that week one, I had a rickety bike and didn't get very far. So I had to invest in a couple of very good bikes. And so I'm doing pretty good. And to be of a certain age, you have to move and shake and do things a little bit different. But so far, training is going well. So let me know your thoughts. Oh, one last thing. We're actually doing a training next week. It's a nighttime hike, right? And so this nighttime hike is taking place in the backwoods of Virginia, and it starts at 10 p.m. when everyone's going to sleep. Hello, right? I've never done anything like this. We're going to be trekking through the woods and mountains for 12 hours next week in the backwoods of Virginia. So I'm pretty nervous about that, but on the other hand, I'm excited. This is a team sport, so no man is left behind. So it's all about grit, collaboration, and supporting your team members. So let me know your thoughts. My goal is not to finish necessarily first, second, or third, right? I do want to cross the finish line, and I don't want to finish last, of course, and I won't finish last. But I'd like to work my way up to maybe doing a 24-hour race, and then maybe a 3-day, a 5-day, and who knows, perhaps someday I can represent AARP and do this 10-day race. There have been people that have done this race. In fact, in the world's toughest race that had some years on me. So let me know, would you like to see me document this journey? I will also put a link below this video, and you can click on it and look at the promo from the world's toughest race, because it is a very tough race. In fact, there were some folks that had to get airlifted out of there because of incidents and running out of steam, and getting sick and all these different things. So anyway, it's a crazy sport, but it's a lot of fun. There are not a lot of Blacks in this sport. In addition to that, there are even fewer women. So to be on a Black team, or to be a part of a Black adventure racing club, and to also be a woman, is pretty exciting to me. So let me know your thoughts. Should I document the journey? Would you like to follow me on this really crazy journey? Yes or no?